Let me make sure I have the good side. Hey, it's the Dating Doctors live. Letting you guys have a little bit of time to get aboard. We are a little late today, but that's okay, because I have to work to make a living. So sometimes I'm going to be a little off. Hey, Shawnee, nice to see you. Hey, Joe, I'm so glad you're watching. I have a special guest today.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, hey, John. Hi, guys. John is actually really good. He likes to chime in, and I appreciate that you do, John, because you have lots of guy information to share, and
awesome.
He can chime in. Ashley Fogelman is with us.
Hey,
Ashley,
guys.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm a realtor at Keller Williams, and I am glad to be on the show today.
Yeah, and she is single.
Single.
Single, ready to mingle. I don't know, that's not even a song, I totally made that up. So Ashley's here because she can contribute, because she's in that world of the, are you doing online dating?
No.
She's not, because she's sane. Because she is a sane individual, okay? She is unlike me, who is, as John told me last week, I am trying too hard. Okay, apparently that's what John told me. But Ashley is doing everything right. So that's why I have her on the show, because she is not on the dating sites.
No, I'm not.
So what are you doing? How do you meet people?
Honestly, I just go out and, just wait for the guys to come to me.
Ooh, I haven't
not
tried
very-
that at all. I'm like, you don't throw the chum in the water and then put the line in and then you try to reel them in? You don't do that?
Nope.
That was not a good analogy, right?
No, I just, I think I'm a little old-fashioned when it comes to dating sites, and I have tried,
Okay.
and I just think that I'm so swarmed with messages of all these random people.
She was just telling me that she has, so she's a realtor, and what do we know about realtors? They're attractive people, okay? That is a given. They don't even, when you go to take your test, you walk through the doors, believe me, it's not all computer. It's are you attractive? They won't give you your license unless you're attractive, right?
They won't.
See? There you go.
It's a rule.
It's a rule. So, we are joking, okay? But honestly, if you are in real estate, you know that you're attractive, and you have to dress the part and look the
Smart.
part. You're smart. I mean, you've got it all going on, right?
Definitely.
See? So, although I know somebody who's watching this right now, and I won't name who that is, who told me he would never date a realtor.
Oh, why?
I don't know. If he wants to reveal himself, he could go right ahead. But apparently, we're on the crazy scale, the hot crazy matrix.
You know what it is? Probably too afraid of the competition, because we know so many people, we talk to so many people on a daily basis. We're very attractive.
Very attractive,
and,
outgoing.
Outgoing, and that's intimidating to a lot of people. So I think that's definitely a reason why I am single right now, because I just have a very intimidating personality for weak men.
I agree. I am totally in the same boat. As you can tell, I'm very shy. And
Oh no, that's a lie.
That's the thing. I'm very outgoing. I'm out there. I have no problem speaking to people like you do. I mean, you just can't in this industry. You need to be able to have we call listing presentation, where you sit down and you show the person what it is you can do for them. So you're selling your services, but a lot of it has to do with selling who you are, your personality. And we talk about resonation, and not everyone's going to get you. And this is a life and business thing where we talk about the 1/3 rule. And I taught this in my class the other day. 1/3 of people, men, women, whoever the sex that you are trying to attract, 1/3 of them are going to like you, 1/3 are going to ignore you, and 1/3 are just absolutely, not hate you, but just totally just look the other way, like you don't exist. So really, there's only 1/3 of the world you're going to capture, whether it's in life or business. So the thing is that now she's not on the dating sites, but she is getting messages through Facebook, right?
Facebook, yeah.
Facebook, and what do these men say? I mean, I'm curious.
Oh, how are you? You're beautiful. Are you single? will you hang out with me? Can we get together? The list goes on.
Now, if they're attractive, will you look into it
Yes.
deeper? You will.
I will.
See, this is the thing. I'm actually finding, I don't know if this is the case, but I'm finding that younger men, and that's kind of what's been my issue, is I'm like meeting a lot of younger men lately. They have, I don't know how to put this without putting it rudely, but they got some cojones, okay? Like, I can't believe it.
I know.
They just have this confidence that I don't even see in a 40 or 50-year-old man. I mean, 25, 30-year-old guys walking over like, they got some swag going on. And they're like, hey, can I buy you a drink? I'm like, excuse me? Like, are you old enough to drink? Like, let me see your ID. Like, I honestly, I mean, I have never seen this. When I was, in my late 20s, I never encountered men with this much confidence that I'm seeing in the youth of today. I sound like I'm like 100 years old, right? But are you finding
and
that
then there's
younger
some
men
that,
are
like, I don't respond to,
Okay.
but they'll keep messaging me. And I'm like, why are you messaging me?
'Cause they don't give
I'm
up.
clearly not, which I like. Like, they're very persistent, which that's cool, but they're like that with everyone. It's like,
well, it's like
desperation.
Desperation, and we also talked about because I do marketing for agents, and I was just saying there's a spaghetti effect where they throw it up against the wall and whatever sticks. It's the same thing with the dating. The number, so that they reach out to 30 people and they're persistent. One of those people,
Which one's gonna
break out.
write me back?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you how I know this to be a total truth. One of my friends had a person reach out to her, and she's in this industry, and he reached out to her through Facebook, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna drop the kids off. I'm gonna be free later today. I'll be available. Hi Rose, how you doing? I'll be available. This person's telling my friend that he's going to be available after dropping the kids off, and he'll be available till like 3 o'clock today. Let's get together. She's like, do I know you? Like, you're talking to me like maybe this is a business appointment. Maybe they were supposed to meet for a listing presentation. Who knows? So so my friend reaches back and says, I'm sorry, did we have an appointment that I missed? Or, were we discussing real estate? And he just came back with, well, I thought we could get together. I'd like to get to know you better, blah, blah, blah. No, this is a random person, right? So this random person, this was like 2 weeks ago, this same person, the same man, reached out to me.
Oh, Lord, of course.
Now that's not exactly this, he friend requested me. And I'm like, okay, we do have mutuals, but we had like eight mutuals, and those were 8 other real estate. I'm not a real estate, but there were 8 real estate
realtors,
agents.
all of them.
I have about 700 realtor friends on Facebook. I do, like 750. Okay, so yes, that's how he found me, was through. Now, this is the thing. I don't know if you know this. You may know this because you're a realtor. There are men who seek out real estate agents because of their attractiveness level. And they're just friend requesting every single realtor.
I actually just had this guy, like you said, if they're attractive, do you respond back?
Mhm.
So just recently, a friend requested me and reached out to me, and he was attractive, you know, so I did talk to him,
Okay.
briefly through messages. I just, I forget what I was going to say right
Well, what happened?
now. He wants to take me out.
And are you
he's
gonna let
an
him?
agent also.
Ooh,
He's an
so
agent
he's
also, so-
we can legitimize him and say we can actually look into him, find out about him. We can DBPR him. We can see
Check his numbers.
We can check his numbers. We can broker metrics him.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so we can see if he's a producing agent
And
or
I
not.
found out he's not.
Oh.
He does like insurance, but he has his license. And I just think, like you said, like he's like just looking for agents, like maybe
Yeah.
attractive realtors to like approach, and like you said, spaghetti, which one sticks on the
Yeah,
wall?
someone's gonna respond. It's a numbers game. Boom, right?
It's a
How many-
numbers
it's a
game.
numbers game, just like anything
Yeah.
else.
But I believe that because one of the first questions he asked me was, "Oh, you're a realtor?" And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, as clearly as you can see,
On my
I am.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Claire.
you know, the conversation kind of went from there, and I asked him about his business, and he was like, oh, well, you know, I just got my license and I'm doing insurance. And I'm like, okay, cool, you know. But I totally think that that's true, because I have had an influx of messages when I put that on my page and started marketing that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. You're to put it this way: if you're in real estate, you are in the public eye. You are working with the public. I mean, absolutely. Claire is also an agent, and she's also with Keller Williams,
Oh, hey.
and she's over in Jacksonville. She's in Jacksonville. Sorry, I couldn't remember where you were,
Nice.
Claire. So Jacksonville and Keller Williams.
Shout out to Carrie Hustis.
Woohoo!
She's from Jacksonville, if you know her.
This is the thing, Claire. You know, you're a beautiful woman. You're also, you know, getting people on Facebook reaching out to you because they like to, you know, go after realtors and agents. So we're all in the same boat. We have these creepoids, but you know,
How is the dating app life?
Okay,
Like
well,
Tinder, Bumble, do you
Okay.
have all that?
I do. Okay, I don't Tinder.
No?
I don't Tinder. I do Bumble. I had been off of many of them, and then recently this week I went back on. I guess
yeah,
it's
she knows Carrie Webb.
see,
Yes.
there you go. It's a small world.
Yeah, I was considering going to the Edge group. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Oh my gosh. So see, Claire says that she's carrying a gun, and I say, you know what, Claire, I'm on the same boat with you. I carry too. When I go
So
on,
do you Bumble?
I Bumble, I Zooks, I Gadzooks, I Zooks, I do the what's the other one? The most popular, POF. I do them all, you know. And I recently I met someone yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it this morning? I can't even remember. Okay. Oh yeah, it was this morning. Okay. It's ridiculous.
Too many.
There's too many to even keep count. No, and it's true. I mean, I can weed you out pretty darn fast. This is the new thing. Let's say I'm Seminole County's most eligible bachelor. I find it difficult to find someone who understands. Hold on, can I see more if I touch it? Let's say.
Let's try.
Oh, if I find it difficult to find someone who understands, there's a difference between the work and the home. Made suggestions.
Find an agent,
The work-
because she will understand that there is a work life, and look,
Carrie wants to
be
come
in our
on.
video.
Carrie, you totally disrupted my show. You made my phone flip. Okay, we're back. So, you know what? That's a really good question. Seminole County's most eligible bachelor. I'd like to know more about this gentleman. I don't know him that well, but
Yeah, I think an agent will be able to relate to you, or at
Yeah.
least someone in the business, like a title rep or a mortgage lender,
Working
who
for me.
knows that, you know, it's a tough
Well,
business and you got to put in the work.
I want to answer that question simply because as a business owner, I find that men go running the other direction when I tell them that. Because they feel that, number one, that they think I make more money than them, which is not the case.
Intimidation.
It's a lot of work, but I and this is maybe something you can tell the women that you're looking for. You can say, I have a structure to my life, but I absolutely will make the time. I put in the effort into learning about you and getting to know you. And my private life, my personal life, my dating life is very important to me. So because I'm such a successful business person, that my personal life, I want to be just as successful. So I will make time for you. And that's a lot of men say that to me. They're like, "Oh, you must be so busy. You'll have no time for me." Like, what am I, changing your diapers? Like I'm not here to be your mommy. Okay, I'm here to be your girlfriend, and I absolutely want to be taking the time out to be with you. So as a business owner, I have that freedom. I have the ability to maybe not do this right now because I don't have a boss telling me this has to be done by 5 o'clock. I can take a Friday, I can take a Tuesday, and I can have a 2-hour
Shift your
lunch.
schedule around.
Absolutely. So you may want to tell that person that, and this is talking to the gentleman who's the most eligible bachelor in Seminole County, that you put a lot of emphasis and time into people that reciprocate. So I talk about reciprocation all the time. I am not going to spend time on somebody. If I send you a text and you don't text me back, that's not
On to the next.
on to the next. This is mutual reciprocation.
Yeah.
So you put in effort, I put in effort. I am not going to put effort in people who are not into me. And that's what I told the guy recently. I was seeing somebody for a couple weeks on and off. You're just seeing someone, and he just stopped. I just stopped hearing from him. So I wrote to him and I said, hey, I guess you're not into me. That's perfectly fine. Hope you have a great life. Wish you the best. And he's like, well, I told you I had friends coming in, so I wasn't going to be available this weekend. And I'm like, no, you didn't. That must be some other girl you're talking to. Okay? No, I wrote back. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. You must be mistaken. You never told me you had family coming in or some friends coming in over the weekend. But how does that preclude you from taking 1.5 seconds to reaching out to me in the last 4 days? I haven't heard from you in 4 days.
Bye, Felicia.
Okay, exactly. Bye, Felicia. That's right. I don't understand you. Obviously,
There's way too many people out there.
He's just not into me, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So I move on, and I keep going, and I find somebody who wants to put the time in. And everyone's busy. Everyone's got their lives. Everyone's got things that they have to do. That's right. You just have to move on. But I absolutely will give you a time of day. This back in the day, this old saying, he won't give me the time of day, or I shouldn't give her the time of day. That's the thing. A text message is the new modern time of day. So if I don't hear from you in 4 days,
no excuses.
Don't be calling me up at like 8 o'clock on a Friday and say what you're doing. I am doing somebody else. No, I'm okay.
Literally, bye.
No, that's a coin. That's just that's a phrase. It's not a thing, right? No. I'll find somebody who's actually been courting me, somebody who's actually been texting me to go out with, someone who's been paying attention, because attention must be paid. No, really. If that's the toll. And I mean, think of it like a turnpike. This is the toll that you have to pay, is that you have to text a girl in the morning, okay? You'll pay 75 cents to get on the Florida Turnpike, but you won't take 4 seconds to text a girl you might want to hook up with, okay? I preach. I'm preaching.
They're just not into you, so.
They're just not
okay.
into you, and that's cool. Just move on. And yes. I get a little worked up because as a human being, I think that we all deserve to treat each other with respect, and it's perfectly cool to say, you know what, this isn't working out, or I'm just not feeling it. Give that person closure. This ghosting mentality.
Oh my God, I hate that.
It's horrible.
Unnecessary.
And
just be honest and real. They're being so fake.
Absolutely.
You can't just let me know that you can't be real with me and
That's
say
right.
I'm sorry or
That's right.
something. You're just gonna disappear. That is so frustrating.
Well, I had a date over the weekend, and I'll tell you this one. So I met this guy on it was a Friday night online. Talked for a couple of minutes, not a couple of minutes, but a little bit, and then the next day we talked on the phone for about an hour and a half. Really hit it off. I wasn't, I have to be honest, I wasn't totally over the moon attracted to him, but he was a decent looking fellow. It was okay. But in people, their personalities mean so much more to me, and they can make them gorgeous. I mean, I've had that experience. So I'm gonna give him a chance and meet with him, and on the phone about an hour prior, we had a conversation. In that conversation, he said to
Claire.
me, "Bye, Claire. She's working. She's a working girl."
Yeah.
So
we're working right now.
This is my work. This is what we're doing it. We're helping you to not fall into the thing that I've fallen into. But this is what happened with this guy. So we had this conversation, and we're going back and forth. It was going well, and then he said something like, "Don't interrupt me. Let me finish what I have to say." He said this on the phone. So I stopped speaking. As obviously I talk a lot. Okay, maybe I deserved it. Maybe I didn't. But the way he said it was very commanding and shut me down.
He told you to stop speaking?
Yeah, he said. He goes, something like, "Give me a chance." No, something like, "Stop interrupting me." Yeah, I think he said, like, "Stop interrupting me." And I'm like, so I just went quiet, and he stopped speaking, and then I was silent. And he goes, "What's the matter?" I said, "I'm waiting for my permission to speak." Okay, And he goes, oh, come on, I was kidding. It was a joke. You can't see my face. I'm being sarcastic. And I always taught you, my audience knows this. When you see the word sarcastic on a person's profile, that means asshole, okay? That's what sarcastic means, okay? Because sarcasm is witty, it's intelligent, and these guys are not applying it right. 9 out of 10 times it means they're an asshole. So he says, well, you can't see my face. So I'm kidding, and I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know this person that well. Maybe this is his way of kidding. I backed off and I agreed to meet him for lunch. So I meet him for lunch. Yes, I was not fully attracted to him, but then again, I said, I am so open-minded. I want to have a great conversation with you, and I did until he did this, and I can act it out because we're on camera. So we're talking, and all of a sudden he goes, "Give me a chance to finish," with his hands on the table, okay, like that. So I recoil, and I sit back, and I have to say, he was a police officer for 22 years. That was his previous profession. So he does
Stake right there.
Mm-hmm. And I was married to a police officer for 22 years myself.
Oh.
So I kind of understand the mindset. They're just used to being very commanding and forceful. But I just recoiled, went quiet, and he said to me, he goes, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Can I just tell you something?" I said, sometimes, when you go on these first dates, it's to get to know each other, and there's no chemistry. And I just wanted you to know that I think you're a great guy, but I'm not, this is just something I'm not feeling. And he was like, so I'm being straight out honest, straight out. We're in a public place, I feel like I can, say what I need to say. And he goes, well, what did I do wrong? And I said, you didn't do anything wrong other than this. And I acted out what he did. I said, you sit back and let me do what you did. And I did it. And he goes, I did that? I said, yeah, you absolutely did. I go, you're a police officer, retired. If you have somebody lunge at you forward with making a commanding statement, you would feel threatened, wouldn't you? And he's like,
oh my gosh,
he goes, yeah, right? So I felt threatened. And I said, he goes, well, that's not me. I'm so not that way. And I'm like, yes, you are. You just did it. And you did it on the phone earlier and told me that it was just being sarcastic or your sense of humor. Well, I don't feel comfortable with that. And he went on and on to tell me, no, it's not me, give me a second chance.
No, that's an excuse. He's
Yeah,
trying to
exactly.
find an excuse because he feels bad because he got called out on being an asshole.
And that's the thing, how many women out there actually call men out on things they don't, and they go around thinking that the woman's the problem, or they go around thinking that, you know what, she's a bitch or something like that.
Yeah, of course.
And I wanted to give him criticism, the feedback that he could use, because he had told me he'd been on a couple of dates and that he's very conscious of the fact that when they don't want to see him again or they don't they ghost him, he wants to always know what he did wrong. Was it something I wore? Was it something I said? Was it something how I'm dressed? And I said to him, it may be one of those things, I don't know, but in this particular interaction, you and I, it's something you said, and it's how you said it. So he might be a great guy. He said he's never been aggressive with a woman, and I'm sure that's possible, But I have to go with my gut, and I told him, I said, you're a police officer.
That's a red flag.
It's a red flag. And I said, you're a police officer, and the way you survived 22 years was based on your intuition. And I'm using mine right now. And whether I'm right or wrong, it's my life to live.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so that was it. But I walked with it was so awkward because we had to wait for the check and everything. And he's like, well, what do we do now? Because the date was over.
We go.
Okay. And I said, well, we leave. And I said, I'll stay here unless you want me to leave. And he's like, no, stay. I go, and he walked me to my car, and I said to him, look, he's new to the area. He only moved here 5 or 6 days ago for a new job. He works across the street from here where we are, the Citrus Club. And he said, I said to him, look, I know you have no friends in this area. If you ever want to talk, you can talk to me. I will be a friend to him. I'm perfectly safe on the phone. Unless he's going to be toxic, then I wouldn't have him. But I want to help people, and I want them to help me as well. So maybe there's some insight I can learn. Maybe there's some insight he can get from me. So every date that I go on is a learning experience. It really is. So and I know what I don't want, even more so. Mm-hmm. And I want respect. I want to be spoken to in a proper manner. If that's how he's going to be on a first date, How's it going to be, you
Not
know?
setting the stakes too high.
Exactly, exactly. So, you know, have you have any horror story dates or anything like that that recent that you want to share? It doesn't have to be recent, it could be anything.
I will say that it was kind of like a similar situation.
Okay.
This was a long time ago, but this guy was very interested in me. We went out on a couple dates. We had a really good time.
Cool.
And then I started to notice that he was getting a little overprotective, a little jealous. Okay, fine. Until one night that we went out and he just like totally like bugged out on me and like was like wanted me to be his girlfriend and why don't you want to be with me? And I was just like, listen, you know, like we're not on the same page, you know, and I'm sorry. And he just kind of went a little crazy.
Did he like
Yelled at
physically?
me?
Oh, yeah,
No, like he yelled
Okay.
at me. Like he raised his voice. He didn't hit me or anything
Oh my
physical.
God.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was just really upset as to my reaction because I was very like calm. I was very collective. I was very polite. You know, I kept my composure.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what made him even more upset was because I wasn't engaging in the argument.
Got it.
So ever since then, I was like, wow, like, you know,
Well, this
you
is,
really have to get to know someone. Because
exactly. Well, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm telling my audience every show. I'm always going to share this with you. This is something that Ashley can do. Not only can she do it with dates, she can do this with clients if she needs to. Okay, we're women. I'm not saying men aren't vulnerable, but women are very vulnerable, I feel, personally, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, we're going to go be with somebody on a date. We're by ourselves. We need to know who we're in the room with, who we're in the car with, who we're at that restaurant with, and maybe who we're showing a house to. I don't know the legalities of looking up a client, so let's not even go there. I'm just going to strictly talk about a date. But when you have the phone number, and I tell you, if you're on an app, get that person off the app immediately. Tell them, this is my phone number. Give them your phone number, okay? So, and I tell you why, because 9 out of 10 times, they're not going to know how to do what I'm going to teach you right now. Get their phone number, start texting. Take that phone number and go to usphonebook.com. usphonebook.com is completely free. You put in the phone number and it will give you 9 out of 10 times, very accurate, that person's first and last name, their known residences, where they live currently, all of their relatives. It gives you, thank you, she's going to do my battery save. And I have it plugged in, which is weird. So I guess that outlet's not working. Can you try plugging it in on the other side? See if that works. Oh, thank you. We have a production assistant in the house today, so we the 2 set production quality you see here is brought to you by
Robert.
Robert's in the house.
Robert Keenan.
Robert Keenan. He's also an agent. So let me tell you.
And he's single.
Single right now, yeah. But you know, this some men don't want to come on camera. That's okay. That's okay. So go to usphonebook.com, put in their phone number, and it will tell you that person's first and last name, their age. Oh, I'll tell you a story about that.
You can find a lot about from
For free.
a phone number.
Completely free, right? Back in the day when Facebook, before they changed the GDPR laws, you were able to take a phone number and put it into your Facebook page, onto your Facebook search, and it would tell you that person's Facebook page.
Oh, it doesn't do that anymore?
Not anymore. You cannot do that anymore, and that's
I just
why
tried to do that today, actually.
you can't do it anymore. And I tell agents who are trying to build their database that they could, you know, find their clients that way, or we could have downloaded
That's what I was
all of
trying
your
to do.
clients. Can't do it anymore. It's unfortunate. About 2 months ago, they shut it down.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so take that phone number, put it into that usphonebook.com. And I get people reaching out to me all week long asking me for that link. And that link is usphonebook.com. Now you have the person's first and last name. Take that person's name and put it into Google, and after their last name, put the word mugshot. It'll come up if they have a mugshot.
Oh, wow.
Yes, okay.
Interesting.
And if you find a mugshot, you will now know if they've ever been arrested. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go out with them. It's up to you. You now are empowered to make
Aware.
decisions. If they have domestic violence, if they have several domestic violence, if they have anything that you personally would not feel comfortable being in a car with, in a home with, pardon me, then you have the decision now. You can either meet that person or not meet that person. It's not for me to say. So I want to empower you. So take that information and do what you will with it. You have the person's first and last name. You could, and you found that their mugshot. You could also go to the clerk of the court. So if it's Orange County, or if it's Martin County, if it's Pasco County, clerk of the court, and you can go to search records, and you can put in, and you can even see if they're married. Okay?
Wow.
For us women, we have been known to go on dates with men who are married. And yes, they may currently be married and in the process of divorce, and you're just going to have to believe them when they say that. But this is empowering. You need to know these things. Maybe you don't want to know. I know plenty of women who've told me, I don't want to know. That's their prerogative. I just want to, those of you
But
who want,
available.
It's available. So I want you to know that you have these ways of checking up on people. I had a gentleman recently that I hit it off with really well, really well, and then I called him out on the fact that he lied on his profile, that he said he was 47, but he's 51. And I,
Ew, that's not even a big difference.
it's not even a big difference, but I asked him, and I said, hey, I know that
It's not starting off on a good relationship.
you want to have a relationship and you're going to start it out with the most basic of lies?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
stupid.
that's not good.
That's like so like 1990.
I'm going to know your age at the third,
Like,
fourth
come
date.
on.
I mean. This,
Yeah, like
right?
why lie about it? It makes you look so bad.
He says, well, I'm trying to attract younger women. I'm getting too many of the older women. Well, then set your parameters.
So you're trapping them
Right.
because you're not that age.
Exactly. You know, so this
You're gonna
is,
lose them anyway.
Exactly. So this is the thing. I mean, I called him out on it, and he didn't like that. So, you know, he basically shut me down and said, you know, you're stalking or you're checking me out. And I said, you know what? I don't consider it stalking. I consider it trying to do my due diligence because
Well, there's
if I'm
a lot
going to
of
get
crazy people
they're
out there.
crazy people, and I'm apparently I'm,
You're being smart.
I think I'm being smart, and that's what
Yeah.
attracted him to me is that I was a smart, you know, independent woman. Well, I said, and I told him, I said, if you're attracted to smart, independent woman, then that's what you
Buckle
got,
up.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't get no dumb cookie, and I wanted to know who I was talking to, and apparently your age didn't check out. Now you can explain it to me, and I can accept it. Right? I can listen to your reasoning, and if I decide to accept it or not, but I now have choices. You're taking that choice away from me, and then telling me that that something's wrong with me for even wanting to know. Well, the only reason why I'm doing this is because so many people have lied. So many people have lied to me, and I don't lie on my profile. I've
Yeah.
never lied about my age, where
That's
I
my point.
live. I had a guy this morning telling me that
Bumble!
I got a Bumble notification.
What is it? I
Let
wanna
me tell
see
you,
it.
all of a sudden everybody on Bumble's from Spring Hill, Florida. So I'm
Oh.
thinking what's going on is there's a lot of fake profiles, and they've chosen Spring Hill, Florida, because that's 2.5 hours from here. And I had a guy this morning I was talking to who said, oh, I really think you're pretty. I like to get to know you. I'd like to, you know, I'm looking for a relationship. And I said, it said that he was 12 miles from me. I said, oh, that's fantastic. It's the closest guy I've dated yet. 12 miles. So I'm like, cool, this is great. You're only 12 miles away. He goes, well, I'm in Trinity, Florida. And I go, Trinity? I go, Trinity's 2.5 hours from me. He goes, is that a problem? I go, how am I supposed to have a relationship with you when you live 2.5 hours away? Explain this.
Text message relationship.
Exactly, and that's where the sexting comes in, or
Mhm.
you know, oh honey, we'll meet in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be another 2 weeks. Oh, it's gonna be another 2 weeks. And 8 weeks later, you know, you're into this like this. They're lonely. They want someone to talk to, and they want to feel they like you know they want to feel like they've got got women that they are attracted to them, and you never get to meet them. So no, I'm not. They're catfishing. I asked him for his phone number to get him off the app. If they don't give you their phone number, that is very suspicious. So, because they should want to come off the app. The app is
Yeah.
slow, especially Bumble.
It's
Bumble's
annoying.
it's annoying. So, these are red flags. So just make sure it's up to you. I'm just giving you the tools. Be proactive in making sure you're safe. Make sure if you're going to go out and you have an iPhone, you can do where if someone follows you, you can share your location. I do that with my friend when I go
I
out.
do that when I go out on showings and stuff.
Oh, very good for agents.
Mhm.
Have a partner, a buddy, who knows you're going out on a showing, and share your location. I mean, this is horrible to
You
think,
never
but
know.
you never know.
You better be safe than sorry.
I'd rather be alive. I'd rather be alive.
Life is wonderful.
Life is wonderful, and this is the thing. It's not worth it to meet a guy who is not going to be forthcoming with you, because I can only imagine what else they're lying about. And we
In
don't need
time,
that.
we can't get back.
You can't get that time back, yeah. I need to shut things down when things like this happen. So I hope you got some kind of knowledge out of this. I hope you got some kind of empowerment, and to, you know, I'm not doing everything right. Okay, I don't say I have all the answers, but as a dating doctor, I'm practicing, right? I'm practicing dating, and I'm giving you my own little homeopathic remedies, to help you to get, you know, through your dating world. Dilemmas, debacles in my case. You know, like I said, I've had several dates that in the last couple of weeks that have just been, you know, just some of them crazy. Between the guy that I was talking to in prison, which I told you 2 weeks ago, he's literally in jail, still incarcerated, talking from a burner cell phone that he had probably stashed in an area that we're not going to discuss. Okay? I had that guy. I had the guy who told me that 9/11 was a conspiracy and never happened. That was another date. Okay? This all happened in the last 2 weeks.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
So last night I said to myself, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right? Well, why am I doing this online dating thing? Okay, yes, I am an addict. Okay? I'm going to Online Dating Anonymous. Okay, so it's an online dating, so ODA. I'm going to ODA, or Online Dating Anonymous, because I can't stop doing it because I feel like I'm not meeting enough people. And believe me, Ashley knows, in this industry, we're out all the time. I'm always at a networking event, or, you know, some kind of like, I teach classes, right? We're always at something. Seminars. We're out and about. We should be meeting, boom, boom, boom. We should be meeting so many guys. I personally am not. Maybe Ashley is.
Well, that's why I'm single too.
So okay, so the real life and the online, even both of us are doing everything we can, and we're still not finding people. So I don't know what it is. If you believe in a higher power, maybe it's, you know, in the universe, maybe it's God. But everyone tells you the same thing. It's going to happen when it happens, and it's going to happen when you don't expect it.
And don't look for it.
And don't look for it. Oh my gosh. Well, then I won't have a show. I got to do my research. I got to be on these dating sites for you, the people. I'm doing this for you.
I like that.
Thank you, Ashley, for being on the show.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
Oh, this is amazing. So I'm going to friend request Ashley, and then I can tag her so that you can, if you want to reach out to Ashley, she is the agent who's not online dating, okay? But she's here to help you.
There's not a lot of competition. Maybe a little bit.
Absolutely, guys. Reach out to Ashley if you want to refer her. We'll be a referral partner if you want to work with her to help buy and sell a property. We are here. The Dating Doctor is in the house. Have a great Thursday, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.